My name is Festus Godwin here to share my story with you. I'd love to start on this note that you are priceless, you are valuable, you are important. It is possible that when people who you hold in high esteem call you certain names or refer to you in a certain way, it might feed your self-esteem and make you look less of yourself or talk less of yourself. But that doesn't change the fact that you are amazing. That doesn't change the fact that you are unique. And need I remind you, whatever people say about you is not who you say you are. If, in quote now, you are the definition you give yourself of yourself is who you really are. I'm low self-esteem at some point in my life, and in actual fact, the low self-esteem came because I was not doing well in school, primary school at the time, and I had friends who were high flyers, who were first, second, and were dragging it, but then I was like a little below average. So then fast forward to, I think throughout junior secondary school, a little bit, yeah, but then when I got into the senior secondary school, it all began by me holding a leadership position. I think I was the head boy in SS2. Then the whole low self-esteem, it made me break out of the low self-esteem. And I would want to include also that all these started from this point where I became useful in church. And by useful in church, I mean I started taking up leadership roles in the church before I started taking up leadership roles in school and outside church. And it has been back-to-back roles upon roles upon roles. And then the low self-esteem went. So you cannot live outside God. You cannot be you outside God. As much as I said earlier that you are who you say you are. However, who God says you are is pretty much as important as the definition you give yourself. And then until you find your place in God, you might find your way in life, your place in life, but it will not be according to how God wants it. So I'm sharing this story with you to not look down on yourself. Are you battling with low self-esteem? Are you battling with communication problems? Are you battling with people always understanding what you're trying to say and the message you're trying to pass across to them? I am telling you now that it is not a you problem. However, there's a place for upskilling, there's a place for learning, there's a place for reading, there's a place for developing yourself. If you are in these phases I mentioned, if you are in the learning phase, the development phase, the training phase, and then you are in this phase, people do not understand that you are working on yourself. So it's on them, not you, because you would be better for it, but they would have lost, or they would be losing a precious gem. So it's their loss, not yours. Again, you're valuable, you're priceless, you are unique, you are you. Keep being you, keep being limitless. No boundaries, no limits.